So let me talk to you. Nah, nah. I'm trying to kick you off with the LA Night energy. But yeah, it's Dan Blake here, Sports with Blake podcast. We are back for another episode. And what we're doing today, I'm giving you my Elimination Chamber recap, my energy of how it all went down, giving you the feedback of what I thought about the big night that went on in Chicago. And I've got most of my predictions wrong. I think all of them wrong. So I'm going to kick off right away with what I have predicted. Before we get onto that, please like, share, and subscribe to videos. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Like, share, and subscribe. Tell a friend, and tell another friend, and tell another friend. With everybody saying sports with Blake. No, I'm playing. I just got my LA Knight hat on right now. I don't know why I keep doing the LA Knight, man. But big him up. So my prediction for the women's chamber match was I went with Alexa Bliss. The reasons for that are on my YouTube channel right now where I done a prediction video. I had Alexa Bliss winning the chamber. I just thought it'd be more SmackDown based, maybe build a storyline with Charlotte Flair down the line that incorporates Jade, or maybe a crossroads between Alexa Bliss and Charlotte Flair, some action there. But that wasn't even the case. So yeah, Alexa, she had some good moves in the Rumble. She was on top of the pod. All the ladies were below her. She seemed to fly off the pod. Great move onto all the ladies in the chamber. That was one of the highlights of the match. She was in a good stride until she got Oscar hit with that spray in the face and that mist. It was all over. You know, her eyes were impaired. She couldn't see, and then she was pinned by Kiana in the Rumble. So that was the end of poor old Alexa Bliss, who was one of the first ever ladies Elimination Chamber winners. So it was really hard to see my prediction go out early to the showers. So Alexa never came off for me. So that was me down one already. So speaking of the women's Elimination Chamber match, as we continue on, I'll go into just talking about that match and how that vibe went. You know, Kiana James had a really good spell inside the chamber. She was doing really well. Really enjoyed what she was doing with herself. Oscar was in the pod, and when she was released from the pod, she was speared instantly by Kiana James, and that was so ruthless and just straight in, bam, speared her. Oh, got a little cold going on today. Speared her straight into the pod before she could even get out the pod. So that was very interesting to see Kiana James really putting it on her in the vicinity of the pod. That was really excellent work, and she was ferocious as she always is, always with action, always doing her thing, explosive. So it was good to see Kiana having a decent spell inside the chamber. Oscar also, she was ferocious as well in there, smashing heads in the pods, smashing heads to the chamber, constant head splashing I saw from her, which was really good and very aggressive. And you know she's very aggressive anyway, so she's always got that kind of a aggressive energy. But yeah, as I was saying before, that one of the highlights was that Twisted Bliss from the top of the pod by the one and only Alexa Bliss. That was excellent work. And also, I love to see it, man. There was a big power slam through both the pods by Raquel Rodriguez, from what I remember, and she eliminated two ladies at the same time. I believe it was Kiana and Oscar, from what I remember in the chamber. But it just shows you the power of Raquel Rodriguez. I thought she was one of my favorites for the chamber. She didn't end up winning in the end, but she had a really impressive chamber, again showcasing her power, her ability to be a powerful, dominant force and confident in there as well, teasing a lot of the wrestlers when she was inside the pod, teasing Tiffany Stratton from the outside, provoking her, which I thought was quite funny and hilarious. But she showcased her power, as I said, by pinning two at the same time, two for the price of one, which was interesting. So yeah, it was a good all round women's chamber, with the winner in the end, you know, getting down to The final two, it ended up being Rhea Bloody Ripley and Tiffany Stratton, and Rhea Ripley got the job done. She was the underdog because she was somebody that just lost her belt, the tag belt, some night before. So seeing Rhea get the job done, it was good work. Very explosive finish. She got the job done. Riptide, Tiffany Stratton, it was all she wrote. The winner going into WrestleMania, Rhea Ripley, which sets up Rhea Ripley versus Jade Cargill, which is a great match on paper. Two powerhouses, great images, as I said on my previous video. Great images between the both of them, good sizes, great powerhouse wrestlers. It's a star match, star versus star, SmackDown versus Raw. I think the tweets have already kicked off. I'm that bitch, Jade is saying, and Rhea saying I'm that bitch, and Jade is saying you're complaining to creative about me, about storylines. So yeah, it's all kicking off. And I'm sure in the next 6 or 7 weeks leading up to Mania, we're going to see so much more between the both of them all kicking off, and more storylines and developing progression between that bitter rivalry that will soon turn bitter, and it's already started turning sour already. So, but I know the two competitors have a lot of respect for each other. They never fought before, so we're going to see a great match. And I look forward to seeing that storyline developing between Rhea Bloody Ripley and Jade. The storm is coming, Cargill. Yeah! Yeah, now it's going down for sure. We can't wait. So that one WrestleMania match secured, and in the chamber. And also, don't forget, we got that big one with and Liv Morgan and the one and only Stephanie Valkyrie for the WWE title as well. So yeah, big matches there for WrestleMania on the women's side already booked in. Then we move on to another prediction I had. I had Becky and AJ Lee. They went on to have a great Intercontinental title bitter rivalry. They've had a great storyline plot built up over the last couple of months. AJ Lee returning. They had the mixed tag match with CM Punk and Seth Rollins, their respective partners, that went on a few months back, which AJ Lee and CM Punk picked up the victory. Yes, they did. But yeah, this was a good match. AJ hadn't fought in 10 years, so I had Becky Lynch to win the match. She didn't win. She lost the Intercontinental belt, was tapped out with a submission from AJ. It was a good back and forth match. Becky, she was tiring out AJ. AJ looked fatigued at certain parts, but she weathered the storm within the match, came back as a fighting champion, kept it moving, man. She kept working, kept at it, and got the result in the end, made Becky tap. So I'm sure Becky's going to want a rematch, and there was a lot of issues with the same referee that was giving Becky, I think her name is Jessica, I believe. She was giving Becky issues in previous matches. Becky, complaining to lawyers about all over social media about the referee. She seemed to be taking and calling this match. So she was attacked in the match when Becky missed one of her time kicks, and it hit the referee, knocking the referee out cold. That gave good advantage to AJ to have some time out and, get the match kind of going in her favor where there's no referee. So AJ made Becky tap, but there was no referee to finish the match. So the match went on, and in the end, the referee came back to life and she was made to tap later on in the match. So I believe that sets up Becky going to want some kind of rematch. I guess she's been in the Continental Champ for a long time, so her getting a rematch possibly at WrestleMania, I think, will be the next shout for that situation. And then maybe that sets up a big rematch between Becky and AJ, which I think the crowd would like to see at Mania, setting up a match for that in about 6-7 weeks. Maybe the feud intensifies, put some more water on the fire in between time, between all the PLEs, between all the Raw and SmackDown still left to go. So I look forward to seeing how the Man and AJ Lee continue their rivalry, because it's all kicking off on social media, online. It's just still going off. It's going off. It keeps going off, and those two just keep battling it out. And yeah, we want to see it. We want to see more action between those two and more bickering on the way to Mania. So that was another one of my predictions down the drain. Then we went on to the World Heavyweight Championship match between CM Punk and Finn Balor. Yes, this match, best in the world, CM Punk in his hometown of Chicago, back at it again, home crowd advantage, everybody there to see him. Chicago Bulls energy with the entrance, good vibes only. That's what CM Punk was on. Finn Balor, you can see, was focused, ready to go. Looking for another coup de grace. I hope I say it right. Coup de grace? I say coup de grace. Hope I get this name, the coup de grace. I believe I got it right in the last video. But yeah, he was looking for another one of those in a match. Good competitive match. Another great wrestling match between both of them. The first match was a great wrestling match. Second match, a great wrestling match. So it's always good for me to see a good wrestling match. I like seeing good old-fashioned wrestling matches. I'm old school sometimes with it, you know. So I like to see that. Yeah, you know, Finn was really working on his submission kind of style, slowing the pace down, keeping the crowd quiet in the early doors, putting a lot of early punishment on Punk, in making Punk injured to the ribs. So Punk was feeling very stressed during the fight. His ribs kept getting attacked, so he had to battle through. You know, he had to battle through a couple of go to sleeps, weren't successful. Finn Balor's coup de grace didn't work a couple times. Some close calls. There was good moments in the match, man. You know, sharpshooter from CM Punk a few times in homage to Bret Hart, which was good vibes and energy. To the end where the battle just kept going on. CM Punk bleeding at some stages in the match. More pressure from Finn Balor. The match continued. More great wrestling until out of nowhere, another go to sleep from Punk, and then that was it. That was all she wrote. Finn Balor got a handshake in the ring with Punk, mutual sign of respect. Good to see both of them sharing friendship and just saying, yeah, man, respect is due. We went to war 2 times. Yeah, Punk comes out on top of Chicago. AJ Lee comes in the ring. That's a wrap. We love it, man. We love it. CM Punk doing what he does best. I had Finn Balor to beat him by surprise, but so I was thinking, wow, this night there's no surprises to come, you know. I was just shocked at that. What's going on? It's a quiet night at the office, boy. No surprises, nothing out of the ordinary going on. Obviously, Rhea on paper was an easy prediction for people. AJ Lee again was a nice kind of prediction from people again, but I felt like it was going to go the other way this night. But all my predictions so far on the night were all wrong. So going into the championship match, Punk retains. Then the chamber continues. So many great moments in that chamber. You had Trick Williams' the men's Elimination Chamber match. You had Trick Williams' entrance, which was just iconic. You know, Trick, every time he comes out, he's getting more and more over with the fans. I was so happy to be one of the early people that's seen him do his thing in the game when he came to the UK and done Whoop That Trick for one of the first times. Whoop that trick, whoop that trick, oh yeah. For one of the first times in the UK I was there, I saw it live. So at SmackDown. So it's good to see Trick Williams getting a pop. He's just giving me rock energy. More he comes out and the charisma doing his thing. Him and Randy Orton having a little banter in the ring. Taunting going on every time the wrestlers enter the chamber between all of them, between Trick, Randy, Javon Evans, Logan Paul. They're all going at it, all having their shenanigans as they get in the ring. As you know, the fight goes on, the fight continues. Randy Orton was successful. He became the winner of the chamber. Interferences from the masked man, which ended up being Seth Rollins, back into the fold, giving a stomp to the Logan Paul when Logan Paul was eliminated. But before that, Logan Paul was having a good spell, eliminating 3 people from the Elimination Chamber, including Trick Williams, I believe Javon Evans as well, and I think he eliminated LA Knight as well. So it was good work from Logan Paul till he got eliminated and Seth interfered. Seth really is back now to take out the Vision. I believe there was proper all those other masked men, they must have been decoys, because none of the masked men looked as hench as Seth Rollins. So it was good to see Seth back, giving a stomp to Logan Paul, showing him what time it is and who's the boss. Let's see how that develops leading up to Mania and what angle Seth Rollins is going to have in Mania, considering most of the division are out injured. Would it be a situation where Seth Rollins has a match at Mania against Logan Paul? I think that's a big match. Or maybe does a tag team with someone else and has a tag match with Logan Paul and Austin Theory. I think that may be a shout. But who does Seth tag with? Let's see. Let's see what happens there. Maybe somebody coming back that's already injured already. Who knows? Maybe. Can't predict. I'm not gonna give too much predictions, but yeah, maybe that angle develops into something a bit later on down the line there with Seth Rollins, and yeah, leaving lots of room for error in there. And the big man Drew McIntyre interferes as well in the chamber, tries to take out Cody Rhodes, who was my prediction for the men's chamber. Starts beating him up with the belt. Randy backs it for Cody. Starts attacking Drew, gives him an RKO, I believe, and then Cody's up and Cody lays him down with his finisher. Then after his finisher, bam, he gets licked down by Randy Orton with the RKO. Randy's the winner in a split of a second of the Elimination Chamber. That's how quick it goes down when you get RKO'd. It's so quick, it's over. Then all you hear is, I hear voices in my head. They cancel me, they understand. They doubt to be. And it's over. Game over. New winner. Cody there, shocked and stunned. He's seeing stars in the sky, like Coldplay. So, yeah, it's a wrap. And there you go, man. That's my recap. That's what I saw with my own eyes. I'm thinking, raw, I'm shocked. I'm like, raw, Randy Orton got the job done. The legend, the original legend killer and that, like, you know what I mean? Randy Orton, big shout to him. He got the job done. He goes to WrestleMania happy for the OG. One of my favorite wrestlers of all time. So I want him to get that 15. Let's get to 15, and then let's get to 16, and let's get to 17, and maybe get to 18. He said he wants to do it for 10 more years. We'd love to see Randy Orton keep working, and great to see him in the Mania match. But yeah, because of Cody's Drew McIntyre's interference on the recap show straight afterwards, Nick Aldis came out and he was angry, man. He said, "Yo, you can't be interfering in all the matches, so Drew, you're gonna have to face Cody on SmackDown on Friday, this Friday coming." So now Cody's back in the mix. He's got a shot at Drew. So what happens there, guys? What do you reckon? Jacob Fatu's on the wings. He's still pissed off because Drew McIntyre cost him the match as well on SmackDown the other week for qualifying for the Chamber. So that's all kicking off. So my prediction, I think somehow this is going to play out. It's going to be chaos. I think Fatu's looking to probably to interfere in this match on Friday, which then sets up Nick Aldis having to kind of just say, "Yo, man, all right, man, Fatu, you interfering in this match. I'm just going to set up, we've got to try and see if we can do a fatal four-way." I think Fatu interferes somehow this Friday, and then we got fatal four-way on our hands. I'm not sure how it plays out, but then we've got Jacob Fatu, we've got Cody Rhodes, we've got Drew McIntyre, and we've got Randy the Viper Orton. All four of them going at it at WrestleMania. It's all going down with those four for the belts. That's what's going to happen. That's my prediction. But nah, my prediction's all over the spot at the moment. Didn't get nothing right in the chamber. But yeah, that's why I love this platform. You just give your opinion on what you think angles could be. Let me know what you think the angles could be. Hit me up in the comments. Like, share, and subscribe. I believe I've gone through everything on my recap there. Gave you a couple of insight on what I think could happen going forward with the storylines. You do let me know in the comments. Like, share, and subscribe. Tell a friend about the channel. Look out for my next video, 5 things I love about Charlotte Flair. That's going to be up later on today as well. Keep subscribing and sharing the wrestling content. Much love. Peace, love, and respect. And God bless you all. Love. And before I go, NWO for life. NWO for life. Bang, bang, bang.